Welcome back. A 2012 presidential candidate and former senator of Pennsylvania, Rick Santorum, has some reasons to smile this morning, two to be exact.
The presidential candidate about to get some big endorsements, but will it be enough to give him a jump in the polls?
Senator Rick Santorum joins us right now. Senator, welcome. You feeling optimistic these days?
Thank you, Brian. Good to be with all of you.
Great to have you.
Feeling optimistic? We're 12 days now into Iowa, and it looks like you're starting to make a move.
Well, I feel very good. I mean, we've had a lot of energy on the ground, bigger crowds. Just even work in the supermarkets, people coming up to me in the aisle and saying, yeah, we've been hearing a lot more about you. The people are just starting to focus their attention on who they're going to make the decision, how they're going to make the decision to vote in these caucuses. And as I've always believed that, if you invest in Iowa, you put the time in, you can't buy Iowa. You got to work Iowa. By the end of this week, we'll have done 349 town hall meetings in the state of Iowa, and people are responding to it now, and it's just a cumulative effect and a good message and hopefully a good messenger.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think you visited every county. Am I correct?
Yeah, actually most of them more than once. But yeah, we did all 99 counties. We locked that away a couple of months ago.
So who are the two endorsements today?
Well, we had two endorsements yesterday.
Okay.
I know there is a big endorsement being announced in about an hour or so here in Iowa. We're very hopeful that we get that endorsement. We had two endorsements yesterday that were very, very, very important to us. We had a radio talk show host, sort of the Rush Limbaugh of Northwest Iowa, Sam Clovis, who was just terrific. Spent the entire show talking about how we're the best candidate and is going to be doing that. And we have a pastor who stepped forward also yesterday to help us out, who was for Michelle Bachmann in the straw poll, and then came over to us in the here in the caucus. So we're building up momentum, and we had the Secretary of State, the only statewide elected official to endorse in this race, who is Matt Schultz, who's in our corner, Terry Amon, another pastor, Kerry Gordon. All of these folks who have been scrubbing these candidates for months now have decided to come down on our side as the conservative alternative to Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich.
Well, that's great. There's a brand new Washington Post poll out. I'd like your reaction to it. It shows that at the top of the heap, you've got Mitt and you've got Newt. They've got about, at this point, 10 times more support amongst Republican voters than you do. But you're going to keep on keeping on, right?
Oh, well, those national polls don't mean anything. They're not paying attention. People aren't paying that close of attention to what's going on here. The people in Iowa are the ones paying attention. If you look at the polls here, we have had steady movement, and we're now up into the double digits. We're within, a dozen points of first place, and those folks in first place are not going up, but we are. And we believe in these next 2 weeks, the solid message of having a consistent conservative who's from a swing state, who's actually won a swing state, actually beat Democratic incumbents, run against the best, consultants and folks that the national Democrats have. I mean, one of my races, we took on Paul Begala and James Carville, and was one of two Republicans to defeat a Democratic incumbent that year. We've got the track record. We've got the track record of winning elections and being a consistent conservative, standing up to the tough buffets that come when you're in Washington, D.C., and getting good things done for America and for the conservative cause.
It was interesting because Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, was on our couch last week, and he also said, wow, I don't know why Rick Santorum hasn't gained more steam in the polls, because he likes what he's hearing coming out of your mouth. Now, one of the things that you want to happen today for the candidates vying for Bob Vanderplaat's endorsement, the family leader,
right.
You, Perry, Gingrich, and Bachmann, you're going to hear that in about an hour. What would that endorsement mean to you?
Well, it'd be a great boost for us, because that's it's a pro-family organization here. Again, they've been deliberating upon this for months, and whoever gets this endorsement clearly is going to have an edge. I mean, we obviously hope it's us. They've been pretty tight-mouthed about it, but we feel that we're the candidate on the move. They're looking for the conservative candidate who's got a chance to win, and I think people here in Iowa, the buzz is that this is our moment, this is our chance to rise in the polls, and And once we rise, as we have, very slowly, very steadily, based upon people not being buzzed by the media or by debate performances. I mean, there was a survey out from the University of Minnesota the other day that showed we got half the amount of time that Mitt Romney had. We're tied for last with Herman Cain, and Herman Cain missed 2 of the 10 debates they surveyed. So
gotcha.
we haven't gotten the time in the debates or in the media,
while we still have some time,
gotten the time here in Iowa, and it's paying off.
Right. Let me get a question to you while we still have some time. Vice President Biden's comment, quote, "The Taliban per se is not our enemy." That's critical. And he went on to expand on that in the Daily Beast and Newsweek. Is the Taliban our enemy?
Well, of course they're our enemy. Now, the Pashtuns are not our enemy, and of course the Taliban is Pashtuns, but not all Pashtun are Taliban. And so hopefully Joe's got it just wrong again, and is mixing up who the Taliban is as opposed to who the Pashtuns are. And we've had difficulty in trying to bring the Pashtuns into the trying to work together in Afghanistan. But please, Mr. Vice President, identify the enemy correctly. The Taliban is our enemy.
All right. Rick Santorum joined us today from Des Moines. Good luck with that potential endorsement later today.
Thanks so much, Steve. Appreciate it.
See you.
All right. We'll be back in 2 minutes.